So, okay, that might be it. Thank the Lord. Took long enough. Genuinely. Wow. So, apparently there is a new trailer. A first trailer. The first trailer for Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I don't know why they're specifically deciding to make period pieces out of her films and not other ones, but apparently Wonder Woman's going back to 1984. Don't know if it's time travel or if it's just a phase in her story. I do find sometimes prequels to be weird in that way, even like Star Wars and those types of films where they're retroactively going back to see the history of a character, even though they're still alive. Like, you can go forward in the story, but you're choosing to go back to then go forward. It's sort of like reverse Uno a little bit, you know? It doesn't really work. But sometimes they end up making good films. I liked Wonder Woman, thought it was a pretty good film for DC. And since then, really, they've pretty much just put out good films other than Justice League. I've liked every film they've made. Aquaman, well, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, Joker, all four of them have been good or very good, in my opinion. Obviously, Joker being the best, then probably Aquaman, then Wonder Woman and Shazam, both being solid. So let's get to this anyway. Gal Gadot really impressed me and a lot of people in this role. Proved a lot of people wrong. So let's get to this trailer anyway. Please, be good. Let's go.
My life hasn't been what you probably think it has. We all have our struggles.
Have you ever been in love?
A long, long time ago. You?
So many times. Yeah, all the time.
Wow, that's weird they're doing that, because I know who that is already.
Welcome to the future. Life is good, but it can be better. And why shouldn't it be? All you need is to want it.
Oh!
Think about finally having everything you always wanted.
I can save today, but you can save the world.
Steve.
Wait, he's alive? What?
No. I take what I want in return.
That's...
Everyone will see.
Alright, that was cool. Oh, she's in her...
The world needs you. You know what you need to do.
Nothing good is born from lies. And greatness is not what you think.
Was she just grabbing onto the light?
It's all art. That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can.
Alright, okay. So they've gone with man at a time straight up, even though she was basically a woman at a time in the first one. I think that the music fit this trailer specifically. I think it wasn't too out of place, but the theme they've gone for here is maybe too hard hitting with the retro. Like, it's too smacking. Like, Guardians made this idea of using a soundtrack and making it a real integral part of the story. It sort of brought that back to relevancy, and I don't think anyone's done it as good as Guardians did, other than maybe a handful of films. Like Baby Driver did a good job with that stuff, but it's very hard to make it seem good after how well it was done. But for a 2-minute trailer, this was really, really well done. I like this trailer a lot. Obviously, I think it's Kristen Wiig. She's playing, I know she's playing Cheetah, basically. So, apparently she was the villain to sources. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's just a human character at this point, and there's no special powers about her, and she's gonna evolve into being that, like maybe with like science experiments, that type of stuff. I don't know what Steve Trevor is doing though. Like, he was pretty like dead in the first Wonder Woman. Like, he was done. He was World War. He was dead. There was no more to him. Apparently not. Apparently humans can now just come back to life and be resurrected like Superman. Why? I don't know. How? I don't know, but slyly I'm sort of liking it. You know, it had that Captain America vibe where, like I said, in the first film it was her who was out of time, and they've basically switched it over now, and he's the one who's like 50 years, 60 years in the future, or more, I guess. So it is weird them switching that about, but I think it sort of works. Aesthetically, it's like pure 1980s. It has that vibe to it, that feel to it, 100%. Just the Steve Trevor thing is throwing me off a bit. Her costume, the colouring is fantastic. It's so good. I think that finally DC have come away from the idea we need to just be dark all the time. We need to be gritty all the time. We need to be, you know, dull colour tones. No! That's what made Marvel films so interesting in a way, was their music, but also just the colouring of the films was so strong and vibrant and powerful. And I think Marvel have really gone away from that since like 2014. It's generally, apart from Guardians 2 and Thor Ragnarok, the colour tones in the films are very, very muted, very, very plain, very dark. I think it's sort of detracted a little bit from the films, you know? And this had that 100%, and they went with it. They went balls to the wall with that. The action looks pretty good. I think that was the one thing I was a bit unhappy with in the first Wonder Woman, and it was specifically... Well, he's carrying on. I can't have everything, I guess. People won't stop bloody drilling. One thing which I had a problem with was the action scenes. They just seemed very, very fake, super CGI heavy, but in the way that you could tell it was not realistic. A lot of slow-mo scenes that weren't necessary. I hope they, you know, reduce that in this. But it seems like they haven't, because there were slow-mo scenes just in this trailer. But the action looks good. The costume looks great. She's bloody clinging onto lightning. I don't know what's going on, but I sort of love it. I sort of love that. It was a great visual. I'll say that. It was a stunning visual. Her just bloody whipping onto some lightning like Zeus hailing it down, and she's like, I'm just gonna ride on that. Yeet. She was taking that lightning to the Old Town Road. It was she was. And then she's in some type of flying mechanism, because obviously Wonder Woman, when she's done right, in my opinion, she can't fly. Naturally, at least. Which is, I'm glad they did that with her, because it just differentiated her from Superman. Whereas if she could fly, it's sort of just like, well, she's basically just female Superman. She had her Flymobile, whatever it's called, I don't know. I'm not super versed in Wonder Woman, not one of my favourite characters of all time. But, hey, to quote Star Wars, she can fly now! She flies now! Well, apparently, but... You know, I don't know. I'm sort of okay with this, but I much prefer the concept of her, like, swinging off lightning. That's way, way cooler as a visual, so I suppose you can't have everything. I liked most of it. A couple of things I was a bit dubious about. I mean, her costume here, where she has, like, wings, like an angel, it looks a bit scaly. It looks a bit Atlantean, in a way. Cool. Interesting design. Very, very shiny. Very, very gold. Interesting, fun. Hopefully the film will live up to this, because this was a really good first trailer. And I don't even love Wonder Woman, like, especially. But this was a good trailer. I acknowledge this was a good trailer. This is how you make a trailer, I suppose, you know. You know, compared to other trailers. This was up there, you know. Upper echelon. Good. Very good. Not great, but good. Solid. Anyway, guys, If you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Wonder Woman herself will come after you, alright? Apparently, like I said, she can fly now. She flies now. Pretty ridiculous, but, you know, she can also cling to lightning. And that is absolutely bonkers. Scary shit. She'll come after you. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great, and I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow again because I make a video every day. So see you tomorrow. That would be great. It would be lovely. Wonderful. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.